Congratulations! You get a biting, meaty rice ball.
Also, I just realized you were actually wrong. That was not Bowser's Inside Story. But to be fair, you didn't say that. You said Bowser's War Game. It's actually Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey. But to be fair, you didn't specify which one it was. But when it played again, I'm like, or when I continued playing it, I was like, oh wait, that's just a different game than what we were thinking it was. Alright, let's go see what's up with the Zora, because I really like the Zoras in this game. I think, honestly, Breath of the Wild has some of the best How do I make this... How do I make the pinwheel go by? Oh, hang on. I know bows. I don't think it will reach. Oh, hang on. Actual... Wait, hang on. Okay, so... I wasn't close enough, dang it. I mean, normally you would just use the arrows, but I don't have any. But what else do I do? I don't think the fire will... I can't, like, use... I don't think the sword will work, honestly. Like, I don't think I can use anything for an arrow that's not an arrow. No, you need arrows to use the bow. Just making sure. Okay. Okay, this isn't working. Alright, it's not... I need to go get more arrows, so it's not worth... No, you can't. You need... You can only shoot banana arrows, but you can't actually shoot... You can't shoot bananas or sticks. I could just go and buy some and come back, but I just want to keep going. Because if I go out and did that, it would take a bit. Guys, I was taking pictures of birds. Let me do that. I actually got quite a few. I don't know how did I end up all the way over here? I mean, I guess because I was going that way to get the I guess I was going that way to get the tower. This has just become Pokemon Snap now. So at this point, Snaky, is pretty much like, is it likely you passed all your classes, or like I gotta like was it down to if you didn't pass you wouldn't have passed the class? Like how much was the them weighted for? I guess seems kind of nuts that they're. There were definitely like I've heard of professors who like weigh their tests way higher than they should. Dang it. The final exam was my lifeline because I didn't do very well early in the semester. That's good though. I'm glad that you did pass it then. Is the other one as dire, since there was 2 math tests? Okay, I must have gotten this over here. Okay, good. What was the math class that that was harder? Pre-calc? Probably assume not because it was college, so. But pre-calc's the math that I like absolutely made me hate math. But part of that was also because, like I said, the teacher there was really bad.
Sava Sava.
Oh, you're the child from the other day. Did you come to see the cherry blossom trees? Is there anything more relaxing than watching cherry blossom trees? It really puts me at ease. I haven't seen a Satori anywhere, but these beautiful trees have made the trip. Pine cones. Oh, hang on. I didn't realize there was a... Hang on. Hi, Aldeer. Weird deer. What did Weird Deer do? What?
Ah.
The easy one was discrete math. The harder one was linear algebra. More like curvy algebra. Haha. What the hell am I doing? Okay, well, I gotta go. Sorry, Zora. I gotta go check out this deer's weird trip that I have to go on. Apparently. There was another one near, like, the main area, but I didn't realize there was a... I did not realize that there was... Oh, okay. So I did not realize that there was a, offering thing, but this guy just lights up every freaking cave then. Is that what he does? I don't have a bow. Or I don't have arrows. Just the cave deer. Sometimes the class felt like Kirby Lord. But less fun, I assume. Hey, Tulip, can you frickin' shoot this guy? Thank you. Subspace and nullify of matrices were real concepts I had to learn. Yeah, I feel like at some point math goes from interesting to just way too complicated, depending on which kind of math you're getting into. You can try, yeah. Well, I don't. So here's my thing: do all those locations stay highlighted? Because if in that case, there's no real reason for me to do them all right now. I assume there's actually a limited number of baubles then. And they're basically all in caves. I hate Zora caves because... Okay, I prefer Goron caves. The Goron... I also like how each region's caves are, like, distinctly different for various reasons. But the Goron caves were like, hey, you'll burn up if you don't have heat proof. Okay, easy enough. Same thing with probably the ice caves were like... I think most of the Rito caves are pretty much normal, but... If you're not, you know, you could freeze to death. Okay, cool. Meanwhile, Zora caves, slick, slick, slick. So slick. Where's the other... There's something over here, too. No, bring back Tulip. these like stones are useful for something. I don't need this one though. It is guard up +5. I don't think I can get through here because it's too slick. I mean, I could try wearing the Okay, well apparently the answer is be a frog. Okay, so I'm just gonna wear this for this area then because frogs are cool. Okay, so yeah, so this guy's magical cave stuff is just highlighted for this, I guess for the whole region. So that's kind of sick. There's also a shit ton of caves here, by the way. But you don't want to get too close, otherwise it's gone. You might be able to trigger it again. Isn't that the one I just went into? I swear, this is the one I just went into. Yeah, no, it is. So I wonder if, maybe they just stay high. Do they just stay high forever then? Because I swear when I went away, it re-lit up. Okay, so is this, hang on, just to cure, yeah, this is where I, okay, yeah, so when did they stop? Did he just alter the light forever? That's almost a little broken, to be honest. Like, I almost really feel like not utilizing cave deer, because it kind of breaks the exploration just a little bit. And by just a little bit, I mean a lot. Also, there are so many caves in Zora area. Holy shit. What the heck is that? Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god! The blood hands rise. I don't have a bow! I don't know what that was, but I don't want it. There's a Korok also. Why are you in the water? Oh wait, no, that might not be. No, that's just a. No, that's a fucking lizard. I don't care about you. That's an Octorok. Okay. Let's. Now that we got that detour, let's keep going to Zora's domain. The only thing with the froggy gear is I probably will take a little bit more damage than I'd like to take. Is that arrows? That is not arrows. It's a regular boomerang. That's an arrow. Okay, I have one arrow. You got 5 arrows. Honestly, I guess I could go do that Korok now, but no, it doesn't matter. There'll be 5 billion more of them later. There's domain ahead. Okay. Wow, can you please stop? Got you. is the water one? Okay, but if the water can get rid of it, then why is it the water? It's landing in the water too, right? So... There's a cave here. Oh, I need a picture of you. Sure. We gotta keep it as well. This is not a cave. Well, there might be a cave here too. Did those sparkles... So, I'm wondering if the sparkles are time limited, because I feel like they may have been gone now. I feel like the Satori, you offer up food and he a limited time will... No, they're still up there for the moment. I don't know. I don't know how... Explain how deer work. Okay, I want to go... I guess this way? Yeah. I guess it's right. Bakelicious. What is this? Well, I do need those. There's a well. I do need to go check. All my life I'd lived for food, and food has lived for me. I always thought anything was edible with prep and effort until now. The stray mechanical horn-like thing someone gave me on the road was definitely inedible. This person is just, what's the face from Final Fantasy IX?
Oritamu.
Food's dance partner. I guess that's all that's in here. Which, I mean, I'm fine with a more simple well. Some of these wells have been really intricate. Turn around in here. Okay, this direction. Yeah, I'm gonna go this way. No, this is not... Well, I mean, I can go up here. This isn't exactly what I thought this was. Okay, is this back to where... This might have been where, what's her face was. Okay, we're back here. Maybe. I want to go... up there, I think. Yeah, I wanted to see what was up there. Right, these. For some time after I lost my beloved sister, even the light shining in the water seemed dark and dreary to my eyes. But as they say, time heals all wounds, no matter how deep. I can now speak of her with a smile, as if only I shall now tell the tale of Zora Armour and Mr. Crafter for her future husband as per ancient customs. He was sparing with words, yet I trusted him at once. If fate would happen, he was a child in front of Mifa, as my father, King Dorfin, was troubled by the domain's suffering. Yeah, right, because Mifa was actually who Link was in love with initially. Why is it... See, why is it not... Why do I not have it, though? And with her want the dearly beloved held intentions she had installed in that special armor. Yet with Link's help, she's shining a light on the Zora in our need, reaching between worlds and gentle fingertips. I should go check all of those out, to be honest, but... Because those were not... That's not what those plaques said initially. They were like Zora history, I'm pretty sure, in the first game. Okay, these are like these are not here before. These are like ruins. Is there anything actually here though, or? I feel like the increasing attack power when it's wet is new. This is new. I see what I need to do here. Okay. That seems underwhelming. Unless there's more here and I just don't know where it is, but... I'm not saying, like, a spear isn't cool. I'm just saying, like, it's not anything mind-blowing. Okay. The rain always stops except when it does not. This humorous saying was once repeated with a soft chuckle around here. Then one day, heavy rain started falling in the domain, and no matter how many days passed, it did not cease. Although Zora, our water-dwelling sort, we came to miss the warmth of the sun and the dry winds upon our backs. Alas, as fervent as the desire was, we had no means of stopping the cause on which this unprecedented disaster. The young swordsman of a few words was named Link. I trusted him at once. This great. Do you not realize? Did you not realize who it was? Maybe he didn't realize. Dude, he's my best bro. I hope Sidon is the sage. Dude, Sidon, I need to go find you, man. We need to go hang out and go beat things up. It better be Ding Sidon. If you're gonna give me Yonobu, because don't get me wrong, I don't really care for Teba. He's fine, so I'm okay with it being Tulin. But if it is going to be the case that it can basically be the people from the last time, then like it has to be Sidon, right? He's too beloved. Okay, I can wait. Hang on, I can do that. I just didn't do it right. Alright, well, let's figure it out. We'll know right away. Because when Yonobu did it, when I got Yonobu, we got, so like we got Teba and Tulin, but the quest was called Tulin of Rito Village. And we didn't actually get anything except Yonobu's portrait, and then it said Yonobu of Goron City or whatever. So, it's gonna be like Sidon of Zora's Domain. Like, we'll know right away. We don't even need to finish the quest. Alright, I'm just gonna go. I'm like close enough at this point. Let us go. To Zora's Domain. see it. We want this for the warp point regardless. Power of water. Okay. That is not what I thought it was. It's like you filled these up, but hang on. No, I want that. I want you back. It's not what I thought it was. Okay, that's where I'm like, I saw a ball somewhere. Oh, that's not the way. Oh, they're chained. Why are they chained? Oh, I see. I love how the cool idea of like, oh, you can use the electric weapons to charge stuff. Now it's like, actually, that's just frickin' what you need to do, I think. Though I don't... In this case, I think you might... Seems like that's just an extra thing anyway. Okay, this is cool. So it's teaching you how you can fill batteries, basically. I mean, honestly, being 60 hours in, I probably should have, like, having 60 shrines 60 hours in makes sense considering how many I've been going to. Like, if I got over half, I believe that. Yeah, well, there's still a lot left to do. Because there's a lot more things to find. There's those star things I need to all bring down to the surface, apparently. Alright. Well, something's gone wrong in the happy-go-lucky world of Zora. Pon said, I get that he hadn't actually gone anywhere. Pon's like, the first game, I get how from the distance you wouldn't think anything was wrong, but it's ironic. The first game, from a distance you think, oh, all this stuff is happening, but all the actual troubles that were going on in the first game weren't really that major. Like, no one was panicking about it in the same way, I feel like. Like, the water happening was, the rain happening was bad, but it wasn't, like, life-threatening for the Zora. In this game, no one is paying the fuck attention to any of the other kingdoms. They're just like, oh yeah, there's up here, like, but things are bad, like, but they're not really, like, they're kind of, like, all distracted. They're just researching stuff. Like, there's all these holes, like, whatever. And then you go to the kingdoms, and it's like, no, they're fucking... I guess the Gorons weren't that bad off. Like, at least they were all mentally, like, screwed up. But here, these guys are, like, yeah, all being poisoned. Oh, our poor statue. The turning tide is covering up in sludge as well. Ugh. How long must we endure the foul effects of the upheaval? Honestly, Erp. I tried washing off the sludge using some splash fruit, but now I'm feeling bitter over the fact that I used it all up before I could wash the sludge from the statue. I think it was a wonderful idea to attack it with some splash fruit from a distance, but there's just one small thing you may have neglected to consider, Clef. The sludge was too far away and you were a tad hesitant, your hands were shaking and you closed your eyes and... That's quite enough, I get the idea. These remixes I love. Who would have thought you would be so kind to wash away the sludge marring our beloved statue? Still, I can't help but mourn the fact that I will likely never manage to get my splash fruit back in my shop. To be fair, you used up all the splash fruit trying to clean up the sludge in the square. You were too careful and had trouble hitting the sludge, so you probably wasted about half of them. Lady Yona was so sweet to have comfort to use, Clef. Indeed, it is Lady Yona's kindness alone that brings some semblance of peace. Hey, Grandpa, I know it's been a while, but we have a customer here. Grandpa Dento, come on. Sorry about that. The Hammerhead, our workshop that we're so proud of, is temporarily closed. As you know, my Grandpa Dento is the best blacksmith around. But since the sludge started falling, he's been in quite a foul mood. Beyond the sludge, my real problem is the weapons that decayed because of the upheaval. Worse still, the distinguished trade of blacksmithing has utterly changed in this day and age. Have a blade that is ready to shatter just to take a monster horn or a fang, stick it on that, and is that it? The job is done? If my grandfather's generation saw the state of things today, they would certainly flood the domain in with their tears. My reaction to fusion. I would flood everything with tears. The tears of the kingdom? Honestly, I kind of agree with you, dude. You're my spirit animal. Traveler, we are in your debt for this great deed. The sludge that was marring the turning tide has disappeared completely. I must report this to Lady Yona at once. I would like to share this joyous news, however. In this state, I fear that if I met with Lady Yona, my stomach contents may dispel itself. Well, can I just throw fruit at you? Who's this weird-looking Zora? Okay, I'm so sorry. Everyone has been treated now, but we have used up all the splash fruit. It's gotta be Yona, isn't it? There were more injuries than anticipated. Please accept my apologies. You have nothing to apologize for. You did what had to be done. Most importantly, I am grateful that everyone is alright. Now, if we could do something about the statue. You there, are you a traveler? I'm sorry, I did not notice you until now. I was focusing on a matter of great importance. Zora's domain is in troubled times at present due to the sludge falling from the sky. Things have finally calmed down at least, but for the moment, however, this precious statue remains covered in sludge. No, it doesn't. I cleaned it. We were just discussing how we needed to wash away the sludge. Regardless, wait, what is that?
Whoa.
The sludge. I see you managed to wash it away. The statue is a symbol of hope for the Zora. It is very precious to us. Thank you so much for clearing it up. In truth, this statue depicts the majestic form of the pair who saved the cherished domain in the past. That's right. Beloved Prince Sidon of the Zora and his very best friend, Sir Link. They made me a statue. Me and Sidon, man. It is simply wonderful, is it not? How I would love to meet him someday. Say, you have a similar statue to the Hylian hero, similar eyes as well. Oh mine, you are also Hylian. And a swordsman. Wait, could it be? Are you Link, the swordsman of legend? Please remember to mind your manners, Chroma. Oh, please accept my apologies. Yes, please pardon our rudeness. I'm quite surprised to learn that you are the legendary swordsman, Sir Link. I've heard mention of you nearly every day since I first arrived at this domain. I am Prince Sidon's... Oh, please forgive me. I am your best friend's fiancé. What? No! No! I'm gonna marry Sidon. My name is Yona. I am truly honored to have the opportunity to meet you, Sir Link. No. I've heard that you were missing all along with this is illegal. I've heard you were missing all along with Princess Zelda. If I might ask, what brings you here? To think that such a thing took place beneath Hyrule Castle, and now you are traveling the kingdom to investigate. So your search for Princess Zelda is what brought you to this domain.
Sure.
In that case, feel free to investigate the area around the domain as thoroughly as you see fit. Oh, I have a lovely idea. If you do not mind, I ask you please go and meet with Sidon. Okay, I think it is going to be Sidon, though, that we hang out with. I am certain that you would be delighted to see you. Sidon can be found at Mipha's court, located at the peak of Polyphemus Mountain. Lady Yona, it's time. I fear we must be going now. Forgive me, Sir Link. I must be on my way. But if it pleases you, after you met with Sidon, perhaps you could visit me at the infirmary on the floor above. I don't think this person's in the first game. I'm pretty positive. I'm determined to be of assistance to you as best I can, Sir Link. Well, that's a main quest. That is not Sidon of the Zora. Okay, it is. Okay, Sidon of the Zora. Yona, the Zora Princess fiance, filled you in. Okay. So Sidon is the prince, or the sage of the Zora, or the water. Which, I mean, makes sense, but again, it is super weird that they just were like, fuck Teba. I mean, 2-1's better. But I love that they were like, okay, Teba. And then they put him in Hyrule Warriors, and then they were finally like, you know what? Tebba's not gonna happen. We'll just make it be Tulin. And you could be like based on their powers, but like they just rewrote Yonobu's powers anyway, so. Oh no, she did not grow up still. So Hylian was able to make it to the domain. That's encouraging. But then you are very special, Link. Sazin is not as special in that same way. It's Linny. Oh, hello, Link. I'm impressed you were able to make it to the domain. The roads are muddied up with the sludge, and the river is so dirty we can't even swim in it. You really are amazing, Link. You, Alright, enough already. I can't stand it. It feels so cold and natural to call you that, as though we're strangers. I thought it would feel weirder to call the hero of the domain by some silly nickname I gave him as a child, but... Oh, whatever. I'm just gonna call ahead and call you Linny. Hey, Linny. Ah, yes, that feels so much better. I call you Linny because you're more than just Link to me. I hope you can forgive me for using my old friend card for that. Anyway, you're amazing, Linny. Only you could make the domain under these conditions. I'm so happy to see you again. This is why I freaking love Zora's Domain, especially in the first game, because it's the first they really encourage you to go here. And then you go here, and remember, in that game, Link has no... Like, you don't know what's going on with Link initially, because it's, he lost his memory. And you get to Zora's Domain, and he has all this history with them. Like, they're elves, basically. They're long-lived, and they remember you. And up to this point, nobody knows who Link is, but all the Zoras remember you, and you had, like, you hung out here, and, she knew you as a child and gave you a nickname. Like, it's such a cool area because of that. And while I think the Rito area is better in this game, Gorons are kind of just whatever. I think the Rito area is better because they give you a reason to want to help them out, and Tulin's cute. Like, even just coming here just the beginning, I still really like the Zora area.
Oh.
He might be covered in sludge at this very moment.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Sure.
Ah. Oh. Oh.
What the fuck? What? Why is that the sound effect? There was, I'm pretty sure, there was a, shrine here. Or maybe not. There was something here, though. Maybe it wasn't a shrine, because I think I remember a shrine not, like, being in, like, because I think it was underneath, like, it was here. Yeah. But yeah, I think most of the species in Breath of the Wild, I do like what they did with them, honestly. Because, like, think about it for Gerudo. What games have Gerudo been in? They were in Ocarina of Time, where they were thieves. They were in Majora's Mask, where they were pirates. They were in, I think they were in Four Swords Adventure, but they didn't really do anything. They're just not there in Twilight Princess. I think part of it is, like, there's a little bit of, like, racial, like, 90s, energy, unfortunately, for like the Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. And then I think by Twilight Princess they're like, what if we just don't do that? And to be fair, while Tetra is obviously like ends up being Zelda, initially you could argue that she was kind of implied to be maybe Gerudo-like, and also as a pirate. But then I don't think we got Gerudo again until this game. And they actually are, like, legit an actual race. They're, like, not just the villains. Right, Trello's now nice with us. Finds said quest worrisome, however. Despite how I might appear, I was once known the master of the speeder. Sheesh, if I fail to clean this completely, the sludge mixes into the water and spreads.
Huh.
We Zora tend to speak more eloquently after reaching middle age. I hope that when I reach 100 years, I will also speak as beautifully as our elders, unless that is too old-fashioned, eh? The Gorons have always just been kind of... Look, the Gorons don't change. I think I kind of like Twilight Princess's Gorons probably the best, arguably, because they do sumo. And then, right, there's like a bunch of games like Wind Waker, and like Skyward Sword has 1-2 Goron. Like, the Gorons aren't a raised in Skyward Sword, except for 2 Gorons that just are like hanging out looking for shit. Like, I think in Twilight Princess that's probably their best depiction. They're not horrible here. But in most games, the Gorons, or like Wind Waker, they're just random salesmen for some reason. I like the DS Gorons too, actually. I really do like Phantom Hourglass's Gorons. And Spirit Tracks, but definitely Phantom Hourglass. I do like them in that game too. I guess I think that era, that 2006, that kind of era of the DS, GameCube, Wii era was pretty good for Gorons. Well, not so much Skyward Sword, but... The Zora... They're in the Oracle of Ages, but they're just kind of... They don't really do anything amazing in that game. They just kind of exist. Oracle of Season... Or not Oracle of Seasons. Ocarina of Time, obviously, they're there. I think I like them more in Majora's Mask. Twilight Princess, they don't... They kind of suck in Twilight Princess, don't get me wrong. I like Riles, but they don't really do much in Twilight Princess, honestly. And then they're not in Skyward Sword, and they're not in Wind Waker either, for that matter. And then the Rito are just... I mean, this is the best depiction of the Rito when you consider the only other depiction of the Rito. I mean, they're fine. They're good in Wind Waker, don't get me wrong, but I like that they're more bird-like in this game. They are good in Wind Waker, but, like, the Rito aren't as, like, as widespread as some of the other species. But yeah, this is the first time the Gerudo have been done well.
Oh. Oh.
I don't think I have... Do I have enough now? No, not quite.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Okay, the infirmary is where Yoan is at. It's interesting that the Rito and Zora could exist in this game, because if I recall, it wasn't implied the Rito were successors to the Zora. I don't know where this game takes place timeline-wise, to be honest. I mean, I always thought I was on the Link to the Past timeline, which Wind Waker is specifically, like, Wind Waker and Twilight Princess are 2 timelines, and then there's the Fallen Hero one. So it's quite possible there is a timeline where the Rito developed. And the Rito in this game are distinctly different. You could argue it's just, you know, design choices, but it could be that the Rito in Wind Waker evolved from the Zora, but the Rito in this game evolved separately in some fashion, and the Zora didn't, because Hyrule didn't need to change anything, basically. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping that by the end of this we have a better idea of where this game takes place, but... Great task of renovating the Zora stone monuments that had fallen to ruin. There are 11 stone monuments total. The former text written by my father could not be salvaged, and so I sadly had to be replaced. Despite my royal blood, which was bound that it is improper for someone my age to write over the king's glorious words. But did they not realize that it was King Dorfin himself who ordered me to undertake the restoration project? Father says it's not set in stone that I shall be the one to inherit the throne, as it is not a matter of blood alone. If we ask the eternal skies above whether I am fit to rule, they shall remain silent, and we shall look to our fellow Zora. He urged me to use these monuments to share my feelings and speak to our people straight from my heart. My father is older and wiser than I. His sage's advice, as such I ascribe... Okay, well, gotta go find these. Yeah, I mean, I guess Okoko... I love the weird ones, or like the Toke from... Or there's so many weird species that don't get much, like, longevity. Ugh, ugh, if only the sludge would stop falling. Phew, this sludge really is quite stubborn. I dearly hope our patients recover soon.
Ah.
Lady Yona, Sir Link is here at last.
Oh.
Oh, you really came. How fortuitous. I was hoping to speak with you about an item that you entrusted the domain with repairing. Your armor, Zora armor. Okay, thank you for acknowledging that he owned something. Lost his house, lost all of his clothes. He still has his marriage armor. Okay, thank you. I guess in theory, like, since I was supposed to marry Mipha, she would be my sister-in-law then, eventually. Repairing your Zora armor. The repair is mostly complete, but it does require just one more thing. I need an ancient arowana. I can finish the armor right away if I can somehow acquire a scale from that fish. We have not seen ancient arowana around lately. I have no idea where they can be found. Since they are used for making armor, Denta the blacksmith may know something about how to get one. If you find one, can you please bring it to me? Do that, and I shall fix your precious item at once. Yes, because I want to wear it. That's what I wore for all of Breath of the Wild. Not only because of the waterfall, you know, stuff, which I feel like in this game it's less necessary because you probably are not going to come here right away like you did in the first game. Whereas climbing waterfalls was definitely more useful in that game, due to this being considered the first dungeon.
Oh.
The Inuki, I love the Inuki. I wish they had brought back more series. I mean, also think about this. This also brings back the Koroks for a reason. And like the Koroks are weird because are they implying that like so the Kokiri just aren't like they're all, I guess the Koroks have just become the forest people at this point. I can't remember. I mean, there's a ton of things from Skyward Sword that haven't come back. The penguin people. The mole people.
Oh?
Yeah, I can't wait to do if I do a speedrun of Phantom Hourglass, I can't wait to do that because I get to see them again. Spotted near Mipha statue, which is at the peak of Polymus Mountain. The rare fish has almost never been caught and was used in the distant past to repair the Zora armor. Why has it appeared again? And is this too a result of the upheaval? Well, how then did the armor just never get repaired then? The Kiwis and Koroks pretty much have the same niche. Yeah, but I think the Kiwis are better. Like, I know it's like a matter of taste, but I love the little Zora kids. Wahaha! My impression of King Dorphin is really good, isn't it? He's not in the domain right now, but... never mind. Not going to say it. It's a big secret. He died of fish cancer. Tumbo, you're amazing. You sound just like King Dorphin. Haha. Wahaha, wait. Was that one ha or too many? This is hard. My brother's super into pretending he's King Dorphin. He better not get carried away and say stuff he's not supposed to, though. Alright, we want to go up. So up to the pole. You know who we haven't seen yet, by the way? Speaking of that mountain, I've not seen a Lionel yet. Tumbo cancel over a vicious mockery of our King Dorphin. I did like King Dorphin, but I don't know where he is. Alright, I do need to take a break, I think, so when I get back, we will head up to Polymus Mountain to find Sidon.
Oh.
Your gills? No, wait, you are Helium. What's the thing called out your nose? In any case, if it gets stuffed up with sludge, you can wash it up in the water from the waterfall. Do not worry, that is water that Prince Sidon cleaned at Mifa Court, which is upstream.
Ah.
I call that Prince Sidon was once a tad headstrong, and now he's handling the sludge with the utmost patience and maturity. I suppose the old wisdom holds true. Turbulent waters produce strong fish. I love, like, you can tell, like, this area was definitely, I don't know where Mifa's Court is. I guess it's just this. You could definitely tell this Zora area was done first initially, because look at how much this and the Gorons have so many, like, references to other Zora people and all of, like, Nintendo. Meanwhile, the Rito area just does not. Though, I guess to be fair, Rito also have a lot less history, I guess, to be fair. And the Gerudo, I can't remember. But to be fair, like, Zora and Gorons, I guess, do also have a lot more references that you can use. Alright, 2-minute break, and then we're going to go see what Sidon is up to. So, I'll be right back.
That was Final Fantasy 9.
Pokemon Legends was before that, and then Beacon Pines, I think, before that. Well, I don't know if it was a one between Pokemon and Beacons. It started with Beacons, but I was gone for a bit, so. I kind of mean chocolate. Who would win in a fight? Kokiri, Koroks, Kikui, or Deku? Kokiri kind of suck, honestly. I'm not even sure why. They're kind of the dumbest race for forest people, really, right? They're just kids, and I guess they exist only as a way to explore for Link to be a kid. Like, they really only exist for Link's storyline, honestly. The Deku should have been that race, and they were Majora's Mask. The Deku have an actual army. I think the Deku would probably win, because the Kikui can't do crap, and the Koroks can't do crap. So I would, and I guess the Kokiri also arguably can't do crap either. But my answer would be the Deku for sure. If you're talking about like an actual fight, if you're talking about like in terms of the best race for the forest people, also probably Deku, but I would give some credit to the Kikui. The Zora are interesting too because like the Zora have a connection with the Rito of them not supposed to be existing at the same time. But they also have a connection with the River Zora, which are distinctly different and exist mostly in A Link to the Past and A Link Between Worlds as far as being a sentient race, mostly just in those games. Yeah, Yunobo definitely did not have a beard in the first game, I'm pretty sure. Kokiri are just like elves, but that don't grow up. And then, and then this game was like, what if Zora were actually elves? Except for, at least in terms of like the longevity. That was like my favorite lore edition, honestly, because, I mean, I think it was made entirely because of Link, like the Link storyline. But it's a good addition, and it makes sense that Zora would be long-lived, honestly. Like, of all the species to be, like, have super longevity, definitely the Zora. Okay, well, this is not... Why is there a bed up here? Yeah, remember when there was an elephant here? Okay, yeah, so we're definitely going to be going up there, by the way. What other races are there? Let's see. There's the Hungry Gorilla, who never came back. Sharks can live forever, yeah. I guess so for the first two games, there's not really any races. Link to the Past also does not really have any races, really. Like, it has, like, monsters and stuff, but as far as, like, actual, like, sentient races, like, not really. Link's Awakening has, like... But Link's Awakening is a dream, but it has, like, the animal village and stuff, but... Ocarina of Time, we pretty much went over all those. CDI games arguably don't count. And I actually don't even know how many there would be in that one. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And like a bunch of the weird transformed monster people, but a lot of those people are just humans transformed, so... What was the way you were supposed to get to Palomas Mountain originally? I can't remember. There was like something that helped you get up here. I don't think you got the Zora armor ahead of time. I'm pretty sure you got it after the fact, but I don't know. I could be wrong. Oh, there's a cave. Hang on. Man, it is really hard to see caves sometimes. Good design, honestly. Okay, Majora's Mask has no new races, really, I don't think. Beyond, I guess, the Kana people, but they're not really a race. And also hands in toilets, but... I guess Fairy is also a race, but it's one of those races that doesn't get treated like a race, to be fair. We're slip resistant, but not... Hang on, if I drink a slip resistant potion... And I should have even more slip resistant ability now at this point. No, I can still slip, just way less than normal. I guess the ones that almost have a raise to them is like a little bit in Wind Waker, not really. This one they are at least like actually the most race, probably the most treating them like an actual race is arguably kind of Age of Calamity, since they're playable characters in that game. But so are the ancient Sheikah Sage or the Sheikah Sages too. There's some really weird characters in that game, honestly, as far as playable characters. Oracle of Seasons and Ages. Now, I mean, it was made by Capcom, but I would say it still counts. Ages and Seasons has... The big one is Seasons has the Shirosians, which are like... kind of Star Wars, like the I think it's the Jawas, but they're like the hooded guys in cloaks with... There's probably a better example. They're kind of black. I guess black mages would also work as an allegory. They're fun. They're weird. They're weird, but they're fun. They're like the main thing in Seasons, I think. There is arguably some other ones. Though off the top of my head, I'm not sure for Seasons. Or Subrosians, sorry, not Cerosians. What's Cerosian is something else, I think. Yeah, the Tokay are... Well, no, the Tokay aren't in Seasons, though. The Tokay are in Ages. They're the weird, annoying lizard guys in that one mountain, or one island. There's the pirates. They don't really count. I guess the Moblins, also, the big, great Moblin is like a thing, I guess. He just isn't a villain, but he is there. The Goron, Zora are back. There's the Warari from the Zelda Ocarina of Time manga, by the way, which are just Rito at home. I think those are the big ones. There's probably other ones, but I think the Tokay and the Cerosians are the big ones that are added in. And there's the Climber's bandana. There's the... Okay, so then Wind Waker adds the Rito in, the Koroks. That's basically it for new species in that game. Where is this dang shrine, by the way? Like, it was definitely near there. It must be in another cave or something. I don't know. I'll find it later, I guess. That makes sense, honestly. And that's kind of cool, honestly. Where? I don't know where this shrine would be. Right now I just went all the way back down, but... Nearby, up above. Twilight Princess adds, like, nothing. Well, the Akoko. Twilight Princess adds the Akoko, and they're weird. Okay, it's up above still. Antidote 1, the solid water and the fluid spear. Zora are not associated with water because of the dwelling place alone. We also, to a varying extent, possess the ability to actually manipulate water, use it to swim faster. One day, as I was training at Veiled Falls, the rain slickened my grasp, causing me to drop my spear. I reached to grab it, but it was already too far away. I knew that I must take hold of it, and at that moment, droplets created a stream extending from my outstretched hand. The water stream twisted and turned until it finally took... So he did get a power. In that moment, the water was solid, and my spear fluid. This sensation forever changed my approach to spear play. It reminded me of how my sister Mifa described it, and everything clicked. Water and spear became one. Gaining yet another layer of admiration for my dear sister, I devoted myself to spear training from then on. I love Sidon. I guess the Twyla, which are just... I mean, I guess they are, like, unique, but they're just, like... They're not... They're human-like. They're just basically... They're basically Gerudo at home, actually, when you think about it. Which I guess... The Twyla are one of the better depictions of Gerudo in that case. I mean, they're not Gerudo, but, like, they're... If they weren't gonna have Gerudo, they're the Gerudo. Alright, the Yetis, the monkeys. There's the monkeys in Majora's Mask as well. And a few other games. And whatever Tingle is also, which I guess is fairy. The Yetis are just two people also. Like, there's no Yeti race, there's just two Yetis that exist. It's not saying nearby above, though. Is it, like... I don't know where this thing is. There's gotta be a cave entrance somewhere that gets me into it, I think. But I don't know where it is. And honestly, it may be better to wait until all this muck goes away anyway, to be honest. Could be up there. Hang on. Can I ascend from over here? Tingles is a separate race. That's pretty funny, honestly. And not entirely inaccurate. Since there are more than one Tingles. Fair Hourglass, we said, the Anuki, and then also, the Cobble people also kind of count. Spirit Tracks has the train people, the locomotive people, and then arguably something else. There is something else in that game. What race is in that game that is new? It's wood based, right? Is there like a stump people, or am I thinking of just Galaxy 2? There's like a whole path up here. I swear there's something in that somebody you take in the wooded area in Spirit Tracks, but I do not remember. Because the Inuki have the ice area, the Gorons have that. I don't know what who's considered. I guess just humans. Skyward Sword added the Kikwi, the Magmas, the robots, I guess. Which, if we're talking the robot race, they're pretty cool. And then I can't think, did Link Between Worlds add something else? I feel like it might have, but I can't remember. I mean the weird squid people, I guess. Are the Zonai in anything before this game? Because I want to say, but in pre-release, like literally the first. I want to say, and I could be wrong on this, that on the first trailer, someone said, "Oh, that's Zona." I thought they said, "Oh, the Zuna," because there's the Zuna in A Link or the Four Swords Adventure, and I thought somebody said, "Oh, that's Zona." Like I thought they said Zonai, white writing, but I don't think the Zonai existed before. But maybe they said Zuna or something. They said something. Somebody said something. Okay. Well, the Zonai are. To be fair, I actually think the Zonai are kind of cool, even though they're just. Even though they're just. Whatever the species is called, an avatar. But with a third eye on their head. And not blue. And then Four Swords Adventure has not really any Triforce Heroes doesn't really have any new creatures, and Breath of the Wild has no new creatures in Breath of the Wild. Actually, there are no new creatures in this game. The only thing they have in this game, as far as is just a bunch of old stuff. Well, now this game does, but Breath of the Wild does not. Hang on. Like, I don't know who was in, Oh, I guess I should remove your rank from birthday, by the way. Now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, lore crumbs in Breath of the Wild? I don't even remember any lore crumbs in Breath of the Wild. They're actually referenced in Breath of the Wild. So maybe there was some nerd was like saw because they were like the rune. They said the runes were Zonai runes. But heck, they certainly didn't plan a lot of stuff ahead of time, though. Even if they did plan specifically, like they did more with the Zonai, like they certainly did not have much of a plan here. By the way, considering that half of the lore in this game is replacing the lore in the first game. Where even is it? Out of curiosity, because if it's in the first game, I don't care. As for spoilers, like it sounds like it's like a one-off like hidden thing that barely matters. What was even this trial, by the way? I guess just get up there. Because they're floating platforms. To be fair, I do like the robots in this game. Which are also a new race. Debatably. Okay, so you can't have them... They can't float... Okay. I see. We need to go like this. Hang on. No. What do you need to do? There's Zonai ruins in Farron, and also barbarian armors apply to be of Zonai design. But you could just be like, I could just make a game and be like, hey, like, and there is a lot of random, like, other name stuff. But you could have, like, any game could just be like, hey, there's a Blubada armor. And it could just be a random, like, thing that doesn't matter. I mean, it ended up, they did do something with it. I'm curious, see, I do wonder sometimes how much they, like, base things based on what fans want, honestly. Okay, hang on. This is what I actually want to do. It's more like an Easter egg, if anything. Well, a retroactive Easter egg. It's not even really an Easter egg if you consider it by the first games. Like, it's only Easter egg now. Well, this is maybe not what I was supposed to do because I can't get back over there. Okay, hang on. So now that I have it active, though, actually. Okay, yeah, now that it's active... There we go. I mean, to be fair, you could argue that with the timeline and be like, well, it's no different than the timeline's like completely made up like after the fact. And to some extent, yes, it is. But again, I still maintain like Wind Waker is directly related to Ocarina of Time, and I don't know when the timeline first came out. Because honestly, if you just look at Wind Waker, like the timeline split, and it was definitely fans that were like, well, there's a timeline split. Like, you could argue what prompted the idea that there was a timeline split. And Wind Waker specifically mentions that the hero never showed up, which implies that because Link left at the beginning and went at the end of Ocarina of Time and won the Majora's Mask. But then you have the case that Twilight Princess, that doesn't happen. Like in Twilight Princess, Ganondorf was tried for his crimes, which is just not what happened in Wind Waker. So you have to, like, the only way it can work is if you have a timeline split. I have had people talk, or have mentioned before, that they think what it should be, actually, is that Zelda should be more like, you know, it's the Legend of Zelda. So, like, it's the same story, or legends of this legendary guy that don't actually, they always change, because that's how legends, you know, legends change depending on who's telling them. They're not always like, they don't have like good connecting lore. Yes and no. I would argue there is quite a few that directly reference other Link's story. Obviously, Wind Waker. It's the first, I think. I mean, beyond like the A Link to the Past mentions like basically it mentions the imprisoning world, which I think we thought was Ocarina of Time, but now I'm thinking it's this game actually. But anyway, okay, hang on. Give me. Sorry, I gotta make sure. I'm gonna do this first before I know. Well, I try attaching it now. The problem is, but I think with like, cause you can. I just need to get enough height, because you can pretty much get infinite height. Like, in theory, if you have two of these platforms, you can basically reach anywhere. It just might take a while. Anyway, okay. Ages and Seasons don't really directly reference Link, though, it is the same Link from, I think, A Link to the Past or Link's Awakening. Mostly, well, A Link to the Past and Link's Awakening are all kind of connected, implied. Because in a linked game. But yeah, I guess it would be, again, be the same Link. But in a linked game, you see Zelda, and she clearly knows you. Okay, Twilight Princess doesn't directly reference Link, though the hero shade is implied to be Link, like heavily implied. Not directly, it's not directly for sure, but it is very heavily implied. Skyward Sword, no. Breath of the Wild, no. Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks. Spirit Tracks, actually, yes. 100%. This is why. It's basically just the only Wind Waker games. Because Spirit Tracks, because Nico, who apparently can live forever, is in that game. And you're not the same Link. You're a different Link. But they clearly reference, they talk about, the Link from way back then existed. So that would be the one. Even though, again, it's kind of, it's not really cheating, to be fair. But Spirit Tracks I would count. And then Wind Waker, obviously. Triforce Heroes is the same one in Link Between Worlds. I guess Link Between Worlds, but I don't know if it. I've only played it once, obviously. You know it's my favorite game. So I don't actually know if A Link Between Worlds talks about what happened in Link to the Past, but probably. It probably is the only valid timeline, honestly. I can't tell who's up there. If this is probably Sidon, though, right? That's definitely Sidon. Okay, hang on. Oh, I love this music. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, Four Swords. I guess Four Swords Adventure. Not really. Kinda. Minish Cap, not really. Yeah, it's mostly just. Is that Mipha statue? Aww. Dude, Mipha's the best character. Anyway, yeah, I guess it's basically just those are the only games that really reference other links. At least directly. I mean, the actions of them are kind of implied. You don't need friends. Oh, you're actually not that far. Okay, hang on. That's easy. I can just walk there. Some of these are like a billion miles away, and the other ones are like just a jot down the hill, basically. There was a few yesterday where I was like, you are so far away. How the heck am I supposed to get you over there besides strapping... And the problem with strapping rockets to them is they are lumpy, so I can't even like get a good aim. I know I can like make a platform and stuff, but I'm too lazy to do that. I'm gonna try and actually progress this before you need to go to bed, Sneaky. But I've been distracted by Zelda lore. And also... caves. So they just built... Okay, because this is where you fought the, So they just built this up here after. They're like, fuck... Fuck Lionels. We're gonna build this shrine to Mipha. Welcome. Are you looking for Prince Sidon? You'll find him over there, intently focusing on important work. And I'm certain that Prince Sidon knew you were here. He'd be overjoyed to see you. Look, I'm his best friend. Day in and out, the sludge never stops falling. Thanks to the tireless efforts of Prince Sidon, the water flowing into the main has been kept somewhat clean. But the mountain path to Toto Lake and to Duma is completely covered in sludge. When you want to sneak over there, remember to bring a lot of splash food. Shh, keep it down. The prince requires absolute quiet to concentrate on his important work. Wait, Link! You came here to see Prince Sidon? Well, since it's you, then that should be no problem at all. I'm sure Prince Sidon will be thrilled to see you. Okay. Sidon! Look at him! He has Mipha's trident, too, I think. And a whistle now.
Is it really you? It's good to see you, my friend.
Dude, I love Sidon. Link, it's been far too long. I received word that you had become missing and was beside myself with concern. I think I need to refresh it real quick here. Seems a little bit of a more delayed than what I would expect. Or I think you got like decent to it. Just give it a sec. Whatever could have just transpired.
No!
Just think something like that could have taken place beneath Hyrule Castle. And afterwards, you mysteriously awoke on the Sky Island.
The sky? Could it be that the sky is the key to everything? That's what I think in real life. My apologies. I have been actually wondering if these floating sky islands could be the source of the falling sludge. That is why I've tasked the Zora historian with investigating rune fragments and all the historical documents related to the sky. As for me, I'm not at liberty to say this. Leave this quiet spot. I am quite uniquely qualified to deal with the sludge here. Like which parts? You see, old friend, this place is the whole hero fails is pretty dumb. This place is the source of the water that flows into Zora's domain. I mean, I have my the Hyrule Historia had the official timeline like way back when. Like, the Ocarina of Time split child timeline literally is like, oh, the entire plot of the game was actually pointless. I mean, it's basically like when you split, you went back to when you were a child. So, like, you basically made it so it's like, it's not that much different than Dragon Ball, and you think about it that way, right? Like, it's a whole with the multiverse of Dragon Ball, Trunks goes back. It doesn't actually fix his future because it was a different timeline, but it makes another future have it not happen. So, I mean, that's fair. The actual, like, why it happens, I guess they just finally convinced her father that, no, actually, he was evil. Maybe he brought back proof that maybe Link used his Picto Box. Did he? I don't think he had a Picto Box in that game. Maybe Link, like, took a picture of Ganon and it was like, look, dude, King. This will happen. That would be my headcanon. That when he went back in time, he brought back proof that things were going to get screwed up and convinced the king that, no, you need to arrest Ganondorf right now. If I cease, then the sully water will flow into our beloved home and there will be so much pain and suffering. That's why I cannot afford to leave here no matter what. Say, Link, does it not seem that Princess Zelda's whereabouts may be related to the floating Sky Islands and the ruins? If so, perhaps you should go and speak with our historian, Giotto. His many years have blessed him with great wisdom. It is quite possible that he could provide you with some useful information. At present, you should be able to find Giotto continuing his investigation at Toto Lake. By the way, I hope you know that I am truly happy to see you again after such a long time apart, my dearest friend. Visit me anytime you like. Your presence is never anything less than welcome and appreciated. Dude, Sidon is the best. He's such a good friend. I know you could be like the internet, like, loves to, like, you know, hone in on people who aren't really that great, but, like, Sidon deserves all the love. He selflessly protects the domain. His older sister, the champion Mipha, fought the Calamity Ganon 100 years ago. I don't understand. Here's the thing is, like, so in Age of Calamity, I know it's like a side story, but, like, these guys did head back for... Really, there was no reason for Teppa to go back in time, honestly. The other ones make sense because obviously it was Mipha. Mipha was his sister. Yonobu arguably less so, but at least Daruk was considered like this big champion. But I want to point out, like, Mipha has a whole statue. Daruk has like actual statue in Goron City now. I think I don't know about the Gerudo. I believe that she did care about. I want to say that she did care about, or I think the Gerudo. This is the complete opposite direction. I want to say the Gerudo did kind of care about whatever her face was, and I would think that the leader of them kind of did care as well. But the Rito did give no shits about Revali. They didn't in the first game. They definitely don't in this game. So the fact that Teppa went back in time to save him, a character that, by the way, just got replaced by his son in this game, is a little silly. I mean, to be fair, Revali deserves not to be liked, honestly. Revali is, like, the most he's the biggest asshole of the champions. Easily. Not even, like, it's not even up to debate. He's just an asshole. Like, Naburu, or, what is her name? Urbosa is, like, a mother figure to Zelda. Obviously, Mipha and Link are, in love. Daruk is like a big uncle or big brother to everyone. Meanwhile, you just have fucking Revali, who just does not like any of them and only hangs around because he hates Link and wants to prove that he's better than Link because he's so much better than everyone else. Okay, they said Toto Lake, right? They say Toto Lake or Toto Lake with an H? definitely here, right? Hang on. Total Lake, yeah. Did it get added to... Hang on. No, that's Mifa Court, though. Okay, no, he must be here. There he is. My favorite part of the Zelda timeline will always be the part that they put this dumb timeline as like the official solution, and then immediately the next game they put out just doesn't fit into it. And they, I think it would at least Breath of the Wild before this game, I thought made sense being after Link to the Past. There were several reasons why I thought it, but I thought it would make sense as after Link to the Past. Less so in this game. But yeah, no, they did. Though I think someone made the theory that this one unified all the timelines got reunified.